Hey guys, how's it going? It's Matt here with Downrange Firearms Training. Want to talk to you a little bit today about bug out bags, type of end of the world survival type stuff, a go bag, whatever you guys want to call it. I've done some research, comprised a list of things that I think are essential, and what I do have right here is my Viking Tactics 511 72-hour rush bag. I chose the bag, one, because it's pretty decent size. It's got a bunch of different compartments on it. Two, it's got a lot of MOLLE capabilities, so you can attach a lot of things to the outside of it that you wouldn't be able to attach to a normal kind of slicker bag. So we're going to go through the compartments one by one, see what's in here, and talk about what we feel is survival type necessary stuff that may be a little bit superfluous, you know, people's general areas or what they're going to do with the bag, and what they foresee as a potential problem is going to vary. So I have stuff that would potentially help me survive in a survival type situation in the New England area where I would probably find. All right, so I'm going to work from the outside of this bag and work our way in. On the back right here, we got some MOLLE webbing. Carabiners, you never know what you need a carabiner for climbing or for attaching some rope to some things. These are heavy duty, got them from REI, climbing carabiners. You'll see a lot of stuff that's not rated for climbing, so you kind of want to avoid those if you see the potential maybe you're going to need something to rappel or anything like that. Or, you know, the other cool thing about these, you can link them up, attach them to something to pull something if you ever needed to. Some heavy duty carabiners, and you can get the small, like the little Grimlock ones, just for some simple stuff. Chem lights, it's just always good to have a couple extra chem lights. I get some big, thick, heavy industrial type zip ties. Again, you may run into a situation, you know, we're talking potentially end of the world type stuff, run into a situation where you need to subdue somebody or restrain somebody, so we get the big heavy zip ties for that. Or zip ties will also come in handy if you're building yourself a tent later on and you need them to secure something if you run out of rope or something. And then this little pouch right here, I got a couple of fuel cells, some waterproof matches, and a quick little survival type stove. It's like 10 bucks. You know, it fits the need if God forbid you needed it. Again, we're talking about end of the world type stuff. So big Nalgene bottle right here. It's kind of gets in the way a little bit, but like I said, I'm not carrying this bag around with me all the time. If I needed to, I would definitely fill this up, put it somewhere, have it on my person. But for right now, it just resides in the back of my truck, so it's not in the way that bad for me. Box of good hollow point bonded ammunition. I'm a big fan of the Winchester Ranger line. I very rarely go somewhere without my firearm on me, and I really don't want to keep a firearm stuck inside this bag, especially where if I leave the vehicle, you know, throughout traversing the city or whatnot, my regular everyday course of my life, I usually have a gun on me, and now I have some backup ammunition for it. Along with that, I've got a Surefire, these are the new Surefire lights, I think they're the G2X Pros, and 15 lumens the first click, 250 lumens the second click. They get an awesome run time on that 15 lumens. I think it's like over 20 hours or something like that. And a spares carry, some CR123 batteries. So it's one of your primary blades here. I have one of these Gerber kind of expeditionary knives. It's got the big heavy pommel on it if you need to crush anything. Maybe break through some windows, something like that, some glass. The handle on it is all rubberized, which is cool because it's going to cut down on any kind of vibration if you had to chop through tree limbs or something like that, and it's also not going to conduct any kind of electricity. Big, heavy, thick blade. What's also cool about this blade that I really like about it is, if you see here, the holes right inside here, it's actually made so that if you ever need it in a wilderness survival type situation, you could take some paracord and strap this to a stick, and now you get a pretty useful spare in the end of that. Going to this next pouch, length of rope, 100 feet of rope. You never know you're going to need rope. Always good to have. And then a road flare. Again, could be useful if you're stuck on the side of the road real quick, you need to use the road flare, or to start a fire if you needed to, because it's a waterproof one. Start from this right here. The way I have this divided is I have essentially kind of mimic things and put some things in some of the outside pockets that would also be useful in the inside pockets in case you needed to. What's cool about this bag is the straps come off, so if I need to kind of grab something and give it to somebody else, they have some stuff they can use for their own good, and I'm not depleting all of my supplies. Simple med kit, you can buy these anywhere. This one is good for like cuts, burns, bruises, bee stings. Get some simple band-aids, tweezers, gauze pads, some antiseptic, and I threw in some water purification tabs inside there. So that's cool for like your simple little bumps and bruises type things. Go inside here, and we got tissues and toilet paper if you need, because leaves kind of hurt if you're in the woods. More chem lights. A write in the rain notebook, as well as a pen. Sometimes you do need to document some stuff that's going on. If you ever needed to, you know, leave notes for somebody or something like that. If you use pen, it's going to run in the rain, so pencil, way better. You can erase things if you needed to. All right, next thing, again, in case of a zombie apocalypse, we do have a zombie machete here, made by K-Bar. You never know what you're going to run into. Moving into this pouch, gloves. I got my multitasker multi-tool, never know you're going to need that. A couple whistles, survival whistles, stuff like that. And then we're moving into the bigger pouch, and this is where all the good stuff is. I got my full med kit here, trauma shears. I've got a tourniquet inside here. I got a cat tourniquet, SWAT tourniquet, compression type bandages, Israeli bandages, and hemostatic agent inside there. Next, food. Food's always a big thing too. Got, because water purification tabs make your water taste horrible. Little Crystal Light Go Packs. Cliff Bars. Got a ton of Cliff Bars, and these Cliff Bar shots of energy. They're like little gummy shots, but this thing is packed to the brim and is probably enough as far as caloric intake in here to sustain a few people for a couple of days. Next up, all my fire starting stuff. As far as, again, we get some extra waterproof matches, some fire sticks to get things going real quick. Paracord. Again, real quick, handy. You can buy these like any Dick's or Walmart or anything like that. It's just a quick survival pouch. It's got everything in here you need. Compass, whistle, ponchos, light sticks, space blanket, stuff like that. Those are always huge. A cup to purify water. Metal, easy. A retractable and foldable saw. These are really cool. They're like 30 bucks. They're a pain in the ass to get apart, but retractable saw. A hatchet and a e-tool or multi e-tool. Again, you want to have as many essentials as you can fit in here, because I'm not talking about something I'm going to hike around the streets with, but if I'm going to camp out somewhere, I definitely want to have all this stuff. Also inside here, I've got some terry cloth, good for starting fires if you ever need to, some bungee cords, edible plants in the New England area. I've got a couple extra pairs of socks and an extra stocking hat inside there. And then we go into the back pouch here, and a big tarp for setting up space for a tent. Some big heavy-duty contractor bags. Again, good for ground cover, good to fill with leaves if you ever need to make some extra insulation, and also if you needed to make a tent. I've got a couple of ponchos strewn inside here. And then in the front, we got some other simple stuff. A simple multi-tool, Columbia River Eaton tool, and a bunch of different duct tape, because duct tape does everything, from closing wounds to making tents. Duct tape's great, so it's always going to have a couple extra rolls of duct tape. So, again, guys, this isn't the do-all, end-of-the-world bug-out bag type thing. This is just some stuff I carry in my bug-out bag. I feel it's kind of pertinent to throw it out there. There's a bunch of different ideas people have. I've seen people put old cell phones and hammers and stuff like that. That stuff's kind of extraneous in your bug-out bag. These are the essentials that I figured I would need to survive in New England based upon 72 hours alone. I have my basic med stuff. I have my basic stuff to make tents and any kind of shelter I needed to. I have all my fire starting stuff, and I have food that would allow me to eat for a couple of days without having to go out and forage and maybe hunt something. So basic stuff. Again, it's going to vary depending upon your region, depending what you feel your needs may be. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, check us out on the web, drftraining.com. Go like us on Facebook, subscribe to the videos, and remember guys, only hits count.